live from the YouTubes on a Monday, May 17th. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to the channel. And oh my goodness, I am hoarse. I can barely talk. I can barely speak. But I really wanted to do a live stream today because we didn't get to do one yesterday. I was a bit too hoarse in the morning. I woke up and I was like, I can't talk and can't speak and all that stuff. But we're going to do it today. Welcome back, everyone. We've already got so many people in the chat. You guys are fantastic for all of your support and all the love on the reviews last week, man. It was a nonstop, jam-packed Thursday and Friday. There were like 6 reviews to knock out Army of the Dead, Spiral, all of those crazy things. So I'm going to ask you guys to get in that chat and just ask your questions. We're going to talk about movies and TV shows today and whatever you want to talk about in that space. We've already got some great questions. We've already got people in the chat, and my voice is already slowly running down. We're going to try to go for an hour today. But the first question, actually, let's get some people on screen here. We have, hey, what's going on? Hi, Austin. We've got a lot of questions that we're going to get to. Get hyped. Hi, Austin. Hope you're doing well. And the first super chat of the day. By the way, the best way to ask questions, I'm already losing my voice, is to ask a super chat because they stay on screen most of the time for a pretty long time. So I'm able to get to those. And of course, if you guys like these live streams, going to try to bring it back to the normal time this coming Sunday, if my voice holds up for the rest of the week. But we have Austin Wagner with the first super chat of the day. Where's the Saw ranking? I need it in my life. Funny story. We'll get to it in just a second. Just watched all 9, and 1 is the best, with 3D being the worst. Why was the blood pink? Spiral was solid. I agree with most of those points. So here's what happened with my Saw ranking. I did a tier list. I recorded it Thursday after I watched Spiral, and it took me a good hour and a half just to get it placed on the timeline and whatnot. And then I did my annual or my weekly routine of clearing out my desktop and putting everything in the trash and then deleting it. So what happened is when I recorded the video, my QuickTime, for some reason, decided to save my recorded video onto the desktop instead of my raw files folder where all of my videos normally go. So it's the first time that's happened in a long time. So instead of it being in the normal folder, it's on the desktop, took all my stuff off the desktop, threw it in the trash without looking. And moral of the story is pay attention to what you delete because I lost the video. So here's what we're going to do. On Patreon this week, and if you guys aren't a part of the Patreon page, I'm going to do it for all tiers. Doesn't matter what tier you're on. We're going to go live, and instead of our normal weekly ranking, which we've been doing for the last few weeks, we're going to be talking Saw. All of the Saw films, and everyone a part of the Patreon page is going to be able to come on video and give me their thoughts, their favorite Saw movie, their least favorite movie, and then I'll be doing my own ranking during that live stream. And of course, if you don't want to be on camera, you can get in the chat room. So that's where we're going to be talking Saw. I lost the video, but it does give me an opportunity to actually come on and talk to all of you guys. So if you're a part of the Patreon page, we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 1 p.m. And if you're not, I do apologize, but it will be on Letterboxd later this week. So if you have Letterboxd, be on the lookout for my Saw movie ranking if you can't make the Patreon live stream. All right. Thank you, Austin, for the question, allowing me to explain myself. But we do have a very special tier list coming in the next couple of days, and it starts with Zack, and it ends with Snyder. I am working on my Zack Snyder tier list in honor of Army of the Dead. We're going to be ranking all the Zack Snyder movies. That is a huge video, and I promise you, I will not be losing that one. We're gonna keep up with it. So thank you guys so much, and for all of the recommendations for tier lists and whatnot. So we've got everybody in the chat. How's it going, man? Biggest Oscar snub this most recent year. You know, I wanted to see Palm Springs get nominated for something. I can't name specifics, probably screenplay, but that was one of the bigger ones for me, just off the top of my head. We've got another super chat in the controversy. I like that. Been a fan for the longest. First time on the live chat. Much love, peace, and chicken grease. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend, for supporting the channel. And yeah, I'd love to know how long you've been a part of the channel. And for all of your support means a lot. And yeah, come back to these live streams. This is a lot of fun. I love doing this every single week. Did you watch Halston? So this weekend was extremely busy after all of my reviews. I did start it. I got through 3 episodes. So if you guys are still up for a Halston review, I could finish it today and bring you a review. I normally don't do them that far out of the release, but if you're interested, let me know because I am 3 episodes in, and I do like it so far. All right, we've got new to your channel, and I subscribed. I've been so excited to see what you do on your channel. Trailer Gamer, thank you so much. Just a lot of movies, movie talk, movie reviews, live streams, answering questions, trying to see how many questions I can answer today. Hi, bro. How are you? I'm fantastic. Did you hear about the Warner Media and Discovery merger? I've not looked into it, but I don't know if you guys saw. AT&T is just kind of saying, here, Warner Media, Warner Brothers, HBO, all of those things, merge with Discovery and create one huge entity. So I've got to look into the specifics, but this is huge. I mean, this is absolutely huge. This is like when Disney bought Fox. So we're going to look into it and see all of the details and specifics because that broke last night. Did you see Disney's Cruella? Not yet. But I believe this is the week for me. If my confirmation email comes tomorrow, then I will know for a fact that I will be seeing it this week. Don't know when the embargo lifts, but I do know that hopefully I'm going to get a chance to see it. Clayton says, hey, Austin, have you watched Mayor of Easttown? I've heard great things. You know what I want to do? I want to get it all watched before the finale. That way I can bring you guys my review on the date of the finale. And so I can review the entire season. I've heard great things, though. My good buddy, Movie Files on YouTube, he's been doing weekly episode reviews, and I think it's going to be a very, very popular show at the end of the day. I mean, it already is. It's so good. P.S. I ended up watching Spiral last week, seeing Profile later this evening. Profile was a movie that was very surprising for me, and I enjoyed Spiral as well for what it was. So, what's up, Austin? Love the channel. Been here for a long time. You've really helped me grow a love for films and keep up the good work. Also, appreciate you following me on Letterboxd, Jake. Jake, I recognize you, my friend. That's awesome. Yeah, I try to follow some good accounts on Letterboxd just to see a wide range of opinions, and I do. And it's super fun. If you guys don't have that app, oh my goodness, it is just the best app. Let me make sure I'm not missing any super chats here. We've got on a scale of 1 to 10, how gory do you think Spiral is? Not horrible. I would say a 5 or a 6, and that's more than most movies. It is definitely gory. One scene in particular, it involves fingers. That's all I will say. Oh my goodness, that one got me. I had to look away. That was the only time during the movie I had to look away. But there aren't as many traps in games as there normally are in the Saw movies. But for what they were, I enjoyed them. I had a good time with them. All right, let's see. Seeing you better messages on Twitter the last stream. All right, I will go check it out. If I don't follow you, then I don't get the messages. I have to go in and look for them. But if I do follow you, yeah, I'll definitely go check it out. I will look through those messages as well if I don't follow you. So, okay, thank you for letting me know that, my friend. Cutter Hell says, top 2 favorite movies so far this year. Mine are Nobody and Those Who Wish Me Dead. Interesting. I've seen Nobody in theaters 6 times. Also pumped for A Quiet Place. So, I can't technically answer one of those questions. Well, it's the same question. Top 2 favorite movies. I can't tell you what number 2 is because it ain't out yet. And I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. But I can tell you what number 1 is. Number 1 is 9 Days. 9 Days hasn't come out yet either, but the embargo has lifted. I love 9 Days. It's absolutely spectacular. It's kind of like Soul, but live action. It's essentially what happens in the before life kind of deal. And it's giving you visualizations as to what those souls are experiencing and witnessing, and those conversations. I think the dialogue in 9 Days is some of the best dialogue I've heard in a long time. That's my favorite movie. My other favorite movie is, again, one that I can't talk about. But beyond that, love Judas and the Black Messiah, love the Demon Slayer film, love the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Nobody is up there. Mitchell's versus the Machines is up there. All of those movies are spectacular. And a couple films I saw at South by Southwest. So great question. Great question. Some great movies that I've seen this year for sure. And take your guesses. What's the movie for me that I love that I can't talk about? I would love to hear your thoughts. All right. A live action Invincible would be 10 out of 10 gory. Oh my goodness. Yes, it would. Thomas says, hope you're well. What's going on, Thomas Jones? What is Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio's best performances? Random question. For Leo, I've got to go Wolf of Wall Street. I think that's his best performance, bar none. For Christian Bale, I still think it's American Psycho. I love his performance in American Psycho. He is phenomenal. And look, he's given great performances. It feels like year in and year out. And even Vice was incredible. But American Psycho, he's just a different being. He's a different entity. And I love that movie so much. So that's my answer for Bale. And then for Leo, it's Wolf of Wall Street. And I mean, at this point, it's not a no-brainer because you could go Departed, you could go Revenant, all of those things. But it's almost Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, it's pretty easy because he's so good in that film. I also saw Wolf of Wall Street poster the other day that I really want to buy for my new set. We'll talk about that later. All right. Charlie says, of the 2 Ridley Scott movies coming out this year, The Last Duel and The House of Gucci. Charlie, great question. Which one are you more excited for? So I've got 2 different answers for this. It's kind of a cheat, but I got 2 different answers for this, Charlie. Okay. So I believe House of Gucci is going to have a better chance at Oscars. I even think House of Gucci may be the better quality film. Just the behind-the-scenes pictures, Adam Driver, oh my goodness, looks great. The cast is spectacular. But then you've got The Last Duel, which is kind of in my wheelhouse, right? Ben Affleck, and I believe Damon's involved as well. And you've got a great cast, and it's in that time period that really interests me. And it's called The Last Duel, which I think is super cool. So I think I might be personally excited for The Last Duel more, but I think the one that has more potential is House of Gucci, especially when you look at Oscar chances. So both are hopefully going to be really good. I like Ridley Scott. He's, not as consistent as like a Villeneuve or Nolan, in my opinion, but he's got some excellent movies. The Martian, one of my favorite movies of that decade. Can't believe A Quiet Place 2 is in a week. I can't believe that either. I don't know when I'm going to see it. I have no clue. But you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky as I die. Let's see. All right, we've got some guesses. We've got some guesses of what you guys believe my favorite movies of the year so far is. Ryan O'Toole, Mitchells versus Machines is my favorite so far. Ryan, I'm with you, man. That's top 5 for me. What an excellent movie. I had a blast with Mitchells versus the Machines. And I really hope some of these, man, you guys got some good guesses. I can't answer it yet, but you guys have got some great guesses. I can't put anything past you all. You guys are too smart for that. Austin, have you seen the Cruella? The reactions are amazing. I haven't seen it. Hopefully going to see it this week, but I've seen some reactions for it because apparently there was a screening in California or maybe one in New York, something like that. Oh boy, I can't wait. I wasn't excited at all. And even after seeing the trailers, I'm like, but I'm hearing really good things. So I'm really excited for it. Let's see. All right, we've got Jim Halpert says, would you do an Adam Sandler tier list? I would consider it. I would. We'll see. Maybe I think the best opportunity would be during his next big Netflix film, the one where he's in space, which everybody's saying is actually going to be legit and not pure comedy. That would be, I think, a good opportunity to do an Adam Sandler tier list. You're going to see a lot of bad in that tier list, but you're also going to see Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love. So, woo! And I love Adam Sandler's 90s comedies. I do. I'm a huge fan of what he did in the 90s. Mike says, what's up, Mike? Nice to have you on the podcast last night. Give us your Invincible live action cast. Also, are you doing a season 1 review? I know we got your Pop X cast opinion, but still, no. I'm gonna stick with Pop X as our full spoiler-filled review. So if you guys don't know, Pop X cast on YouTube, that is the place. Here we go. Look at that. I've got that right there. Facebook, iTunes. That is our podcast that I do with my cousin Joseph. It's his podcast. I'm the co-host. We got some great people on there, and Mike and Lindsay. But yeah, I talked full spoilers for Invincible. I talked full spoilers for Jupiter's Legacy last night. So find that on YouTube. Support that channel, man. Joseph works harder than anybody I know. Stranger's going to say, new set. We might use our next live stream as a bit of a talkie about what's going on. But yes, new set. Stranger boy figuring things out. Doing another MCU binge watch. Andy, what's going on, man? This time watching them in order from my least favorite to my most favorite, watching 23rd through 19, and I'm now on Captain Marvel. That's probably about where I would be on Captain Marvel. It's lower on my list, but hey, you can never go wrong with a good MCU watch along, Andy. And I may have to get back on that because after Black Widow and after Loki's finale, I will be doing an updated MCU tier list, but I will also be including the TV shows. So we'll have Falcon Winter Soldier, we'll have WandaVision, we'll have Loki in preparation for Shang-Chi and Eternals and Spider-Man. And oh my God, I can't do a tier list every 2 weeks, Marvel. Come on now. That is going to be a ridiculous amount of MCU movies. Hi, Austin, if you could have dinner with one MCU character, who would it be? It would be either Ant-Man or Star-Lord. Probably Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man's hilarious. And you can't go wrong with Paul Rudd. So that would be my choice. Or I'd just bring Chris Evans, Captain America, back from the dead, because you guys know that's my favorite MCU character. And just how do you write? Do you write these speeches in advance when you say them because they sound scripted? That's my first question. Are you a fan of Edgar Wright? Oh, yes. I'm excited for his new film, and I think he's a comedic genius who also understands how to make a great action movie. Will, that is almost the perfect description of what Edgar Wright does as a filmmaker. It's a great description. He knows how to make a great action movie, but he has such incredible comedic sensibilities. It always kind of amplifies the experience. So Edgar Wright, yeah, I love Edgar Wright. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, really, Scott Pilgrim's moved up my list. I mean, before it was like Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, bada bing, bada boom. All of them are fantastic, but those were my top two. Scott Pilgrim's in the conversation for me now. I just think it's incredible. And you can't forget about The World's End. The guy has not made a bad movie. He's just not. And hopefully he will not, because Last Night in Soho looks incredible. Austin, how do you follow people on Letterboxd? Do they need to write lengthy reviews or no? Just wondering. I mean, you want me to follow you? Put your Letterboxd name down below, and I'll follow you guys. Seriously, put your names down here, and I'll see if I can come back to the chat and revisit a little bit later. I don't know if I have time. Or, you know what? Just go on my most recent Letterboxd review. Go on my most recent Letterboxd review on Letterboxd and put your Letterboxd name. Or just say, hi, follow me. I'll follow you. For everybody for you guys supporting this video right now, today, and if you're here, be sure to like the video. That helps this channel out. But no, since you guys are here, go drop your Letterboxd names if I don't follow you, and I will follow you on my most recent review, and that's what we'll do. Just because I appreciate you. Hey, Wiley says, thank you so much, Wiley. Donate and ask questions here, Streamlabs. Yes, if you guys have a Streamlabs question, that is an alternate route to the super chat, and it actually assures that I get more because, super chats, YouTube likes to take a little bit of that money. But Streamlabs, I get to keep the majority of it. So thank you guys so much. And Wiley, thank you so much for helping out, my friend. Wiley does a great job with the Discord channel. And I believe the Discord link is in the description of this video. So if you guys have Discord, be sure to go and check that out as well. So let's keep going here. We got questions. We've got Frank. What movies do you rewatch the most? I would like to say Sing Street. I have not watched Sing Street in so long. I need to watch Sing Street again. I love the Marvel movies, love the Star Wars movies, love the Lord of the Rings movies. I watch Dark Knight, that trilogy, yearly. It's incredible. And, hopefully some of the more recent films that I've loved, like a 1917, I hope to make that my big movie that I start rewatching. And really 2019 was a year where I found all these gems, uncut gems. Marriage Story, 1917, Parasite, Joker. I watch those movies quite a bit. And I want to make those kind of some of my rewatch films. Somebody in the chat. Oops, see you later. All right. Austin, let's see. Did you know in Africa every 60 seconds a minute passes? Thank you. That's a joke that I used to hear in high school all the time, so I figured I would put that on the screen. Cutter L says, favorite Guy Ritchie movie? Mine is Man from U.N.C.L.E. I think it's criminally underrated. The acting is amazing. The action is fun. Great movie, in my opinion. That's a great choice. It really is. Guy Ritchie, Lock, Stock, and Snatch, and those are probably my two favorites. But Man from U.N.C.L.E., I'm with you. It's underrated. I like the Sherlock Holmes film. I do. I even like the second one. Those movies are super fun for me. I think Robert Downey Jr. does a great job And those are kind of some that I love going back and revisiting. So, but it's got to be Lock, Stock, and Snatch. It's kind of an easy choice for me. Great super chat, though, Cutter. I appreciate that. What is your opinion on Enemy? If we're talking about Jake Gyllenhaal's Enemy. So it's not up there on my Denis Villeneuve list, but it is up there in terms of just movies that I really, really enjoy. A24, it's fairly high. I believe I gave it an 8, around an 8 out of 10. I think it's really good. It's freaky. That's for sure. But I think it's really, really intriguing, interesting, and Gyllenhaal's performances are really good. So there have been rumors that Ryan Reynolds may be Johnny Cage. I've heard that in the next Mortal Kombat movie since Ed Boon talked to him. What do you think about this casting? I think it's phenomenal. Look, I would love Ryan Reynolds because it's like he's almost got the perfect personality that he could just carry over and, of course, amplify the jerkyisms of that. But I love Ryan Reynolds. I think he would be awesome as that character. He just needs to get a little bit more kind of rude because that's kind of what Johnny Cage does. But no, I can't wait to see who they cast. If it is Ryan Reynolds, you're going to see me. I'm going to be very happy about that for sure. All right, guys, we've got some super chats I want to make sure I get to. I want to make sure, because sometimes this program messes up, I want to make sure I do not miss them. All right, let's see here. Shang-Chi, Eternal Spider-Man. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. Austin Wagner, Carl Urban's Dread, one of my favorite comic book movies. I want a sequel so bad. Curious to see what you think. What would work best as a series or a film? So, do you guys know an update on Carl I don't even know if it's Carl Urban's universe, but the Dread television show? I know we heard about that for so long, and then they just kind of stopped talking about it. I don't know if they pulled the plug on it or not, but I love that idea. I think that world, we could expand on it in a series, give us something dark, gritty, bloody, kind of like what The Boys did, but of course, way darker. Yeah, I would love that. And hey, look, The Boys, Carl Urban, get him back, man. Get him back because that movie is criminally underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. They should be talking about it. I just love how stylistic that movie with the slow motion, all that stuff as well. Great super chat, Austin. I would love to see a series. And if that doesn't work, then a follow-up movie. Ryan O'Toole says Nick Offerman, Omni-Man. All right. I actually don't hate that, man. I actually don't hate that. I love that. Invincible is tough. Yeah. Who would you cast as Invincible? Probably an unknown. I would say an unknown, but Nick Offerman. It's funny because I'm kind of rewatching in my spare time when I'm doing dishes and stuff like that. I'm rewatching Parks and Rec right now, so I'm on this Nick Offerman binge. Most awkward high school experiences. Any time spent with my ex-girlfriend. God. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. No, I had some awkward high school experiences, some embarrassing moments that I can't think of off the top of my head. I got prom king when I was a senior in high school and almost tripped on the way to accept the hat. And I mean, full on stumbled and had to catch myself. And everybody started laughing. I'm like, crap, this was my moment and I ruined it. But no, I've got plenty. I've got plenty that I could bring up. I'd have to think about those though. Max says, yo, Austin, do you think the next Transformers film should take inspiration from the anime on Netflix? I'm enjoying that so far. Yeah, I would say absolutely. I really enjoy the anime on Netflix. The story isn't quite there, but I do think for the most part that show is doing a great job of bringing what we know and love from Transformers, but bringing a good spin on it. Again, I hope they kind of expand a bit more. I'm curious to see when we're going to get the next part. Sean Chandler, love that guy, announced in his Superman movie ranking that he was going to rank all of the DC movies after Suicide Squad release. Will you do that too? Well, I don't want to copy Sean. I've talked to Sean about it before. I'm like, hey man, I don't want to copy what you do. So when I do a ranking, I'm doing tier lists. And he's like, no, man, he's such a cool guy. He does a phenomenal job on his channel. We've talked multiple times. I'm actually on you guys have his website for becoming a YouTuber. It's myself and 3C Films. 3C is probably my best friend on YouTube. But yeah, we're a part of that. So Sean and I have collabed on a couple things. But yeah, I mean, I think down the road, ranking every DC movie would be a super fun. Maybe I could just do a big DC tier list of all of the DC films. I believe I've done that once before, but I could expand upon that and do all the theatrical films. That would be that'd be super fun. I love your videos. My question, Flash Flick Reviews. Director swap, Nolan's Enemy or Denis Villeneuve's Inception. You know what? because I love Inception so much, it's hard, even though Villeneuve's my favorite director, it's hard to see anyone taking that on. I've got to go with Nolan's Enemy. I would love, he's a very twisty and turny filmmaker, isn't he? I'd love to see what he would do with that. I would also love to see Christopher Nolan working with Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that would be super cool. So that is my choice. I'm going to go Christopher Nolan's Enemy. That's a great director swap. And he says, thoughts on Knives Out 2 cast so far? Oh my God, everybody's in Knives Out 2, man. This cast is nuts. It is nuts. Dave Bautista and everybody's got memes coming out of like, this person's in Knives Out 2, this person's in Knives Out 2. It's just some random. I mean, I just think it looks great. I think it looks great. Ryan Johnson, Catherine Hahn, I believe, was the most recent inclusion. I love that inclusion. Edward Norton, whatever this movie is, sign me up. I'm going to be there the second it opens in theaters, and I am super duper pumped. Cabbage Man, what's going on, Cabbage Man? Hey, Austin, I'm thinking about getting Letterboxd Pro. Is it worth it? 100%. For me, I'm very OCD when it comes to my rankings, my lists, my statistics, all that stuff. I like to keep up with it. I like to see how many movies I've watched per year. I like to see what actor I've watched the most with. I'm weird. I'm a weird dude, but I love that kind of stuff. So Letterboxd Pro allows you to do that. It allows you to pin reviews on your channel. It allows you to get the cover art. You may get that with the other tier, but all of those things. So the Pro, I don't know the specific distinctions between the Pro and the Patron. I think Patron gives you a little bit more, so maybe some of what I just mentioned. But I know Pro, you're going to get a lot more than you already have. So I'm going to say yes, and I think it's a great opportunity to support an app that I believe deserves the support, because I think it's one of the best social media apps there is, especially for movie lovers. And they're not sponsoring me. I'm just being flat honest with you guys. Speaking of sponsorships, I may have one soon, so I'm super excited. But Daniel says, big fan for a long time. Thank you so much, my friend. If you had to pull one film from history and make it your directorial debut, oh my God, this question is awesome. What would it be and why? Very easy for me as I sniffle my way through the rest of this video. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling even breathing right now. I'm not saying I'd do a better job, because I wouldn't. I would not do a better job. You guys know exactly what I'm going to choose. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you two answers. Number one is Sing Street. To direct a coming-of-age story like that, with that amount of joy and enthusiasm and music and blah, 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 I would love to have the honor of doing something like that. I couldn't do better than John Carney. There's no doubt in my mind I could do better than John Carney, but I would love to do it. Same thing with American Animals. Bart Layton, I'm not taking anything from you. You crushed that film. But to mix a documentary with a real-life movie, casting Evan Peters, showing something that happens in my hometown, Lexington, Kentucky, not my hometown where I live now, but where I live now, Lexington, Kentucky, and this crazy heist movie with these four characters that are all drastically different, and kind of, being able to control how the documentary flows in and out from the live-action movie. My answer is Sing Street. My answer is American Animals. Those would be the two that I would pluck from history and direct, but not do as good of a job, because we know those movies, at least I think those movies are really, really great. Let's see. I highly doubt there'll be a Mortal Kombat 2 given their box office failure. See, that's tough, because no, they didn't do great at the box office, but their numbers on HBO Max were phenomenal. And in 2021, I don't necessarily think we're judging a movie by its box office when it also premieres on streaming. I think we got to take both things into account. And because those numbers on HBO Max, now I haven't looked at the updated numbers, I just know the first few weeks, they were really, really great. So because those numbers were so good, I still think there's a good shot. But yeah, you're right. The box office wasn't great. But for me, it's like I see Godzilla versus Kong as I struggle to breathe. I see Godzilla versus Kong, and that is almost a movie built to see on the big screen. So yeah, I see why the opening weekend was so great. For Mortal Kombat, I see the more general audience seeing that and be like, I can watch it on HBO Max. And they did. So for me, man, it's tough though. It's really tough to get the balance down. Like, how do we judge a movie's success in 2021 when it drops on streaming and in movie theaters? Like, what does the box office have to be? I think a good test for that is going to be A Quiet Place Part 2, because that's going to be the first film that is not on a streaming service. Well, the first big film that is not on a streaming service and movie theaters at the same time. Nobody was kind of the first one. but I think Quiet Place is going to be the next big one. But it's a great, it's a great point to bring up. How do you judge that? We got Owen Wilson as Omni-Man. Hugh Jackman is Omni-Man. Do you know about Mark? Yes, a great movie critic on YouTube. Well, he's not technically pure YouTuber. He's got a great podcast. I love his movie reviews. He's very well thought out and doesn't joke around as much as I do. I do the silly jokes and the stupid intros. But he's a great movie. I love his opinion. Tyler Jackson says, "Hey, Austin, I know you've said before you're not a fan of You're Next. I'm not. Just curious as to why. So it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so maybe it deserves a rewatch. But that's the kind of film that tries to be anti-tropey by being purposefully tropey, in my opinion, and it just kind of doesn't find the right balance. I didn't really enjoy the journey, and I thought the supporting cast, I thought she was really good, but supporting cast, I thought the acting was really bad. But again, it's one of those, it's almost like The Cabin in the Woods. It's like it kind of knows what it's doing, but for me, I just didn't get that vibe that other people got. But when I say other people got, I mean everybody got it. Because everybody likes that movie, it feels like, but I'm just not a fan. That's one of those that I just vastly differ than most people. But I just didn't really mesh with it. It didn't really work for me. Yeah, that would be a fun video, though, to do movies that I just feel completely different than the consensus. Everybody has those. Are you excited for Doom Patrol Season 3? The Brotherhood of Evil will be in it, including Matt. Ooh, yes, and the Brain. I forgot about that, man. We set that up. Great casting, too. When I see the Brain, I think of Teen Titans, the animated series, because that's kind of the route that they went in later seasons. But, I am excited for it. It's not one that I'm always thinking about. And it could be just kind of so much superhero content. The Boys, Invincible, Jupiter's Legacy, all the Marvel shows, all this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, crap, Doom Patrol. But Doom Patrol is really good. And Umbrella Academy. So I am excited for it when I start thinking about it. But it's not one that I'm just like, Doom Patrol Season 3. But I am going to definitely review this on my channel. I can't wait for it. Morgan Freeman's Omni-Man. Think, Mark. Think. God, that was horrible. Can't do it. Can't do spoilers. Biggest movie disappointment? Oh, it's a good question, Colin. All-time disappointment? I mean, I was really disappointed with man, I don't know. That's one I'd have to think about, Colin. It's a great question, though. I would definitely have to think about that. Let's see. We've got Army of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. I will answer that in my Zack Snyder tier list. Some of these great questions I want to wait on. They're really, really good. Let's see. Thoughts on Gattaca. Go-to underrated film for me. Man, I've not seen that movie. I don't remember much about it because it's just been so long. I'm talking, I was little when I saw that movie. So I can't really comment on it, Mike, but that is one. I know that's one that Joe, the host of Pop X Cast, he's talked to me about a lot. So I would be interested to revisit some of those sci-fis, those kinds of sci-fi movies. I would be extremely interested to revisit. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting for sure. Austin says James Gunn's Watchmen or Snyder's Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow. Also, are you from Lexington, Kentucky? I thought I heard that at one point. Fellow Lexington, Kentucky dude. Yes, I am. Well, I'm not from Lexington, Kentucky, but that's where I currently reside. That is awesome, Austin. Hey, I might see you at the movie theater this summer. That would be super cool. If you ever see me, do not be afraid to approach me, my friend. So I think I slightly like Guardians more than Watchmen, and that's why I'm going to go with James Gunn's Watchmen. But man, you know what? No. Even though I think Guardians is the better movie, I'm actually going to go with Snyder's Guardians because Snyder is such a visually amazing director. To apply those kinds of visuals with a Guardians, I think it would be super fun, and the tone would be drastically different. So you're watching an entirely different movie. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go with that. Oh man, that's a tough question. I want to know, what would you guys go with? Would you go with Snyder's version, or would you go with the other one? Man, that's a really tough question. Some of these questions are so tough, I just don't really know where to go with them. But that's a great question as well. All right, let's get to the next super chat here. We have Max. Oh, Baz Luhrmann. I've not heard that name in forever. Which do you think is his best film? Oh my God. So I'm not a huge Moulin Rouge fan, but a fan that I am in terms of his filmography. I am a fan of Australia. I think Australia is a good movie. I think it's a little bit of an underrated movie. A lot of people hold that a little bit lower on their list. I would say I hold it a little bit higher. Great Gatsby didn't entirely do it for me, but it's always been one that I want to go back and revisit. Did he direct Great Gatsby? I know he wrote it. I feel like he directed it as well. I can't remember. But Great Gatsby is one. And then yeah, Moulin Rouge, man. I just need to go back and revisit it because that's another one. I guess I'm not a huge Baz Luhrmann fan, and I know he's working on the Elvis Presley movie, so I'm interested to see what he does because he does have like this stylistic thing to him. And did he do the Romeo and Juliet movie? Was that him? I can't remember if that was him. Let me know down below. Let me see if what you guys are saying about this. Yeah. So he is doing the Elvis biopic, and he directed it as well. So that's good to know. I'm curious to know if he did the Romeo. I could look it up right now, but I know you guys probably have the answer to that. If he did, I actually like that movie. I think it's a nice, underrated movie. A great performance by Leonardo DiCaprio. So if that is under his filmography, but man, I've not heard that name in forever. Great question though. Cody says, "Good morning, buddy. How's your morning, my friend? It's fantastic so far. I'm feeling very sick. I'll be honest with you. But in terms of you guys being here and leaving your thoughts and your comments and all your questions, man, I cannot appreciate you all enough. I've gotten some excellent questions this morning. Let me see where we are. Okay, we're at 74 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on this video. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you want to come back, we're going to try to do this next Sunday as well. Just answering questions, having a good time, bringing you guys movie reviews, trying to top my ridiculous intros. If you guys missed my movie reviews last week, I did some stupid intros, man. I did my Spiral intro and Army of the Dead intro, and I'm really using this. So I've been doing cringe intros for like 5 years now, but I don't know if I watched my videos 5 years ago. But so I'm still doing them, but I'm like, let's throw in this green screen here and start doing that. And even my buddy 3C, he was like, dude, you need to start making them even more cringe. Because, Chris does the funny intros as well. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm going to do more cringe. So we have a great time, man. I love watching his videos too. But yeah, if you guys liked my cringe intros, let me know because I think they're definitely cringe. All right, let's see. You should definitely do a collection video. I would love to see all of your Funkos and action figures. I would love to do that. I've also got a super special video coming in about a month. Super duper special video. And I can't wait to show you guys this video. It is going to be awesome. And speaking of Romeo and Juliet, yes, he did direct Romeo and Juliet. So that actually I like that movie, man. I know it's weird that I like that movie, but I really like that movie. Favorite horror director? Gotta be James Wan. The guy's just got such a range from Saw to Insidious to Conjuring, and he just keeps doing it. And he's got another one, Malignant, coming this year. So James Wan, but Ari Aster is kind of getting there as well. And there are so many great directors up and coming. You could say Jordan Peele could be in that category. We have to see what he does next. But yeah, I'm very excited. Thoughts on Don't Worry, Darling? This is this Olivia Wilde's movie? I think this is Olivia Wilde's movie. Or is this, I can't remember. They get kind of mixed and meshed up in my head. But if it's the one that I'm thinking of, yes, I can't wait for Don't Worry, Darling. The behind-the-scenes pictures look great. And this is one of those movies that I think is going to be a major Oscar player at the end of the day. And you guys know me. I love I wish we could do our own award show. I said I was going to do an award show this year. Didn't do it. Too much going on. But man, let me tell you, I need to get on that next year. We need to do our own award show, get some other YouTubers on here, like a Ryan O'Toole. Northman, I got to see that ASAP after The Lighthouse. I can't wait for The Northman. They moved it. It's coming out now after that Oscar window next year. So The Northman will not be in contention for this year's Oscars, unfortunately. But I am so excited for that movie. We've got movies with cause, thinking about watching Enemy, but afraid of spiders. And the spiders shown in extremely close-ups or just seen walking by. I will say if you are afraid of spiders, and I'm not going to give you context, I'm not going to say when or where, whatever. I will say it's like very short. But if you're afraid of spiders, I wouldn't watch the movie. That's what I would do. I would not watch the movie. Well, but it's just a corn. Can you get over about 5 to 10 seconds of screen time? That's what I'll say. But it is terrifying. Scared the living crap out of me the first time I watched it. So, but I would say that movie is worth a watch at the end of the day because I just think it's a really, really good movie. Hey, Austin, what would you think of the Deadpool or Deadpool in a Batman suit on live action? Batpool. I like that, Batpool. And I see your name is Jaxpool. I really like that. I almost bought a Deadpool pop figure the other day. Let me see. Do I have I made a pop figure purchase, and I wanted to show you guys, but I forgot to put it on my set. You know what? I'll show you the pop figures in my Patreon discussion tomorrow. So if you guys are part of the Patreon page, we'll do that tomorrow. I'll show you my new little bit of a Funko Pop haul, and it was super fun. Let me make sure I didn't miss any more super chats, guys. If I miss your super chat, let me know. Let's go over to Streamlabs and make sure we haven't missed any Streamlabs questions today. 517. Oh, we've got one from Michael. All right, let's see. Let's go over here to Streamlabs. Somebody said, God, I hate spiders. Let's go over here to Streamlabs and get this on screen here. We've got share screen. Let me pull this out here. Sorry, guys. This is a little bit of a process to do this, but I want to make sure I can get that question on screen here. All right, here. Donations. Boom. All right. We've got a Streamlabs question from Michael, and it says, what was the fun Best Picture pick for the 2021 Oscars? Last year, it was Ford v. Ferrari. And the year before, it was Black Panther, Get Out, Hell or High Water, Fury Road. And then before that, Grand Budapest Hotel. Which do you believe is the unconventional pick? I'm not going to call The Father a fun pick because it's not a fun movie. It's, you know what? For me, it would have been Sound of Metal. But that's not a fun movie either. But in terms of just breaking the traditional, what you perceive as an Oscar movie, I think Sound of Metal is not that kind of film. Yes, it's a character study, but there's also a bit of humor in there. There's this heart and emotion that you don't, and not that you don't get heart and emotion in Oscar films, but it's heart and emotion that you don't often see in Oscar films, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that kind of would have been the unconventional one out of all the nominees this year. Now, out of the ones that aren't nominees, I would have been like, oh, it's Palm Springs. I mean, it's definitely Palm Springs. But it didn't get nominated. So for me, it would have been Sound of Metal. And I would have loved to see Sound of Metal win Best Picture this year or The Father. You know what? I just realized I never logged my rewatch of The Father on Letterboxd. I've got to do that. But yeah, The Father for me kind of would have been my choice as, wow, they finally went in that direction because it's just that kind of movie. But I've definitely got to go with Sound of Metal as kind of like that. Again, not a fun premise, but one that I think stands out and is more of a crowd-pleasing film, but not in a bad way necessarily. Strongest horror franchise. Oh, great question. What a great question. You know, it's tough because everyone's got their bad eggs. The Conjuring franchise has Annabelle and La Llorona, and just some of those that just like, yeah. And then your Saw franchise has some ups, but then also some downs. And maybe Halloween. I mean, they got really ridiculous at the end of the day, but I do love the Halloween movies. Friday the 13th, couple of gems in there. Man, that's so tough. That's so tough. You could also go Paranormal Activity. I may go Halloween just because that franchise has always meant a lot to me personally. That's always kind of been my go-to horror franchise. But how about just The Thing? That's the only movie in the franchise. That's the strongest. No. You could also say Alien because Alien and Aliens are spectacular. That might actually be the one that I say. At least one of the strongest, that or Halloween. That's a great question, though, Movie Worm. Great question. You can hear my voices slowly leaving my body. Mike Rowland says, Ari Aster's Us or Jordan Peele's Hereditary. They're so distinct to each other. It's hard to choose there. I've got to go Ari Aster's Us because Hereditary is such like It's not a perfect movie. It's such a perfect movie for me, for what it did. So I've got to go Ari Aster's Us. But it's like, how do you replace Jordan Peele's style? That's a great one, Mike. It's a great one. I'm going to go Ari Aster's Us as my answer. I'd like to see what he would do with that and how he would change things up there. Let's see, man. I'm struggling breathing over here. Did you pre-order our new Cap Pop? You know I did. I did not pre-order that yet because sometimes our local FYE will have pop figures that are not first, like you can't find them anywhere but FYE. And that's actually one that I found. So I will tease, you can be on Patreon and find out that my new pop figure is a movie that hasn't come out yet. And I found it. We were at FYE and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to buy that. And then it was buy two, get one 75% off. So I had to buy more. So I had to buy 3. And my wife's just like, God. But she was all for it because she was like, oh, I like that one. I was like, oh, that's my girl. That's my girl. Let's see. Jonathan says, what's your favorite black and white film? Ooh, favorite of all time. I'm going to say Schindler's List. I'm going to say Schindler's List. That's a phenomenal movie. Look, it's sad. I don't know how often I'm going to revisit Schindler's List in the future. It's heartbreaking, but Schindler's List is so beautiful, so beautifully constructed. I think I've got to go. But also, I could throw in the black and white version of Logan. If you guys watch that movie, it's really, really good. I haven't watched the gray version of the Snyder Cut yet, but I actually plan on it. You know, I've already seen the Snyder Cut 3 times? I've seen it 3 times. I've seen the Snyder Cut 3 times. That's ridiculous. It's really, really good. By the way, let's see. We've got favorite cinematographers apart from Roger Deakins. Oh, we got Kaminsky in there, man. We're pulling out the good names. Oh man, that's so tough. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I mean, man, I don't know, because Deakins, to me, Deakins is just the definitive cinematographer of our time. 1917 is still one of the best shot movies I've ever seen. I'm also a sucker for tracking shots, so of course 1917 is going to be up there. But then you look at these other films like No Country for Old Men, and man, I would have to think about that. Other than Deakins, Kaminsky would be up there. I don't know if he would be my 2 or 3. I would have to think about that one. Maybe I'll do a cinematographers countdown one day. I also want to do a countdown for my favorite movie scores of all time. But it's tough because I can't play them because of YouTube's copyright. So how would I do that? I don't know, but I'd love to do that. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any super chats here, guys. I want to make sure I get to all of them. We've got another one from Gennaro. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Have you seen any movies from the Netherlands? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. If yeah, that's a good one. That's a good choice. Prisoners is beautiful. Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure if I have seen movies from the Netherlands. I'm not entirely sure what films were filmed in the Netherlands. If you guys know any movies filmed in the Netherlands, let me know. Probably. I know I've watched some Netflix shows from the Netherlands, but in terms of films, I don't know. It's a great question, though. We're going to come back to it. You guys, let me know what movies were filmed in the Netherlands down below, and I'd love to kind of just get an idea of what those are. Somebody said, just hum the scores. If I do a best score countdown, just hum them. That's great. I saw Arrival for the first time this weekend. What did you think? Did you like it? Y'all know Arrival is one of my favorite movies, like, ever. I think the movie is phenomenal. Denis Villeneuve, favorite director. Incredible. We got cinematography from A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, look, that's some great cinematography. Maybe not some of my favorite, but some of the great cinematography. We've got the Russo brothers' Black Panther, or Ryan Coogler's Winter Soldier. Because I love the Winter Soldier so much, I would say the Russo brothers' Black Panther, but both of those films I think are like great the way that they are directed, so it would be super difficult to change that. But man, that's a great director swap. I need a drop for the director swap. George says, love your page, man. Thoughts on my top 5 favorite movies of all. Here we go, George. Here we go. All right, number 1, Shawshank. Number 2, Godfather. Number 3, Empire Strikes Back. Number 4, The Dark Knight. Number 5, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Well, I can tell you definitively 3 of those are in my top 50. 2 of those are close to my top 50. And one of those is my favorite movie of all time. I think that's a great list, George. I think that is a great list. I think you've got a nice diverse list. Raiders and Adventure, Godfather, just this culmination of everything filmmaking prior to that point, to be honest with you. Shawshank is just this heartbreaking, heartfelt story. Empire Strikes Back, one of the best sci-fis ever made. And then The Dark Knight. And you guys know how I feel about that movie. It's ridiculous how much I love that movie. Great list, George. That is an awesome top 5. I'd love to hear your top 10, to be honest. And if you guys have top 5s for me, I would love to see them and discuss them and kind of talk about our differences and our thoughts and opinions on those. That's a fun super chat for sure. Mike says, Hugh Jackman as Immortal. Hugh Jackman as Immortal. Discuss. Hugh Jackman as Immortal? Oh, wow. I don't know. I think Hugh Jackman is immortal. That's what I think. The guy, what's crazy though? I was talking to my friend about this the other day. We were talking about the range. So he watched The Greatest Showman for the first time with his wife. She was dying to watch it. And he's like, because he's a massive Wolverine fan. He said, I just can't believe that's Wolverine because he's such a different character in The Greatest Showman. I mean, he has the stage presence. He has the presence in Wolverine, obviously. But you would just never imagine that. I think Hugh Jackman is one of the more underrated actors in Hollywood. From Prisoners to Les Miserables to Greatest Showman to Wolverine. And the guy just still, he got an Oscar nomination, yes, but he's still not getting the love that I think he deserves. I can't believe he didn't get nominated for Prisoners. I truly can't believe that. It's ridiculous. Prisoners, one of the best performances I've seen through that decade. It was that good. So I think the guy's super underrated. Vittorio. Well, I'm going to get that. Vittorio. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. Director Swamp. Oh, man. Spielberg's 1917. Oh, my God. Or Mendez's Saving Private Ryan. This one is hard for me to do. I mean, you've got my 2 favorite war movies of all time there. You've got my 2 favorite war movies of all time. But I've got to go Mendez's Saving Private Ryan. I think that feels like blasphemy. It does. It feels like blasphemy. But to me, 1917 was such a distinct style. I've got to go Mendez's Saving Private Ryan. Y'all gonna get me for that. You're gonna get me for that because Spielberg. Listen, Saving Private Ryan is top 50 movies all time for me. It's my favorite Spielberg film. But I'm curious to see what Mendez would do with it. Now, I'd love to see what Spielberg would do in 1917, but maybe you'd strip away the one take element. And for me, it's like, that's what makes it special. So, wow, you got me on that one, my friend. You really got me on that one. Hey, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? I love watching your channel. All right, haven't seen Arrival yet, but I own the Blu-ray. I failed it live. No. Okay. Black Gay Comic Geek on YouTube. You are a blast to watch. Come on, man. Come on. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you watch Arrival. It is one of those, though, I will say. It is one of those that if you haven't gotten to it yet, I get it, right? It's not, it doesn't feel like it would be at the top of the watch list because it's not like a crazy, explosions and action-heavy sci-fi. It's a think piece. That's what it is. And it does get better on rewatch, I will say, because the first time walking out, it wasn't even my number 1 movie of that year. It was like number 4. I had it behind La La Land. I had it behind, what else did I have it behind? I think I had it behind Sing Street. No, I actually had Sing Street lower. Man, my list has drastically differed since time has moved on, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. Executioner, your top 10 movies between the 90s and the 2000s. Oh, that's so tough. I'd have to look. I've probably got, you could kind of go to my Letterboxd lists because I have from 90 to 2000 kind of laid out on my Letterboxd lists. So here, I'll list some off for you just so you can get an idea. Goodfellas, Home Alone, Terminator 2. I'm going by years, by the way. Terminator 2, Silence of the Lambs, Reservoir Dogs, Aladdin, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Shawshank Redemption, Lion King, Pulp Fiction, Toy Story 7, Fargo, Good Will Hunting, Princess Mononoke, Saving Private Ryan, The Big Lebowski, Truman Show, Fight Club, Iron Giant, and I guess we'll do 2000 as well. Gladiator, Memento, American Psycho, Emperor's New Groove. There's all my favorite movies from from 1990 to 2000. But the order would be drastically different, obviously, because I read them in order of their release date. So, yeah, you guys, and we've got this right here. Listen, get on Letterboxd, my friend. Get on Letterboxd on my latest review, and look at this. We've already got comments on Letterboxd of people telling me to follow them. That way, it's super simple. It's super easy. I literally just got to click on your name, hit the follow button. So get on there and do that. But yeah, I'll definitely follow everybody who does that because you guys are supporting my channel, and that means the world to me. Mike says, Hugh Jackman as Immortal. Oh, I've already clicked on that. Sorry, Mike. We're double dipping here. Number 1, Empire Strikes Back. Yes, Empire Strikes Back. We've got Joey Luca. Nice to see you, Joey. The Greatest Showman is amazing. You know, I really enjoyed The Greatest Showman. Let's see. And, you know, hey, listen, that's a good point. There are a lot of things that prevent me from going back and rewatching things and watching things from the first time. And let me tell you, it is just very difficult to go back and rewatch right now because of so many new releases. I mean, you guys saw this week Spiral and Those Who Wish Me Dead and Woman in the Window and Army of the Dead. I mean, I had 5-6 reviews on this channel, and I was so exhausted and I started getting sick, so I couldn't even do the other ones that I wanted to do. So it's very, very tough. Rami Malek, Paul Rudd, and Will Smith are immortal. Yeah, they are. What ingredients are they taking that I want to stay young? They are, especially Paul Rudd. You look at Paul Rudd and just how he hasn't aged. I mean, the guy looks incredible. The same thing with Will Smith. He looks great. Rami Malek has looked the same for like 10 years. It's ridiculous. These guys, they look so incredible. There are all kinds of people in Hollywood that just, I mean, they just don't age. And I hope to be like that, but I know I won't because I'll start getting wrinkles and gray hair. My dad got gray hair at 30. I'm only 25, but I'm getting there. So we'll see how much I'm withered. You convinced me to get Letterboxd Pro. Going to sell some Funkos to get it. Hey, there we go. That's a good business decision. I think it's worth it. Now it's according on what Funkos you're selling, but I think it's worth it at the end of the day. All right, guys. Here's a good question. Should I review the Underground Railroad? So I finally finished it. Yesterday. I just got so sick and so behind. Is it too late for me to review it? Let me know. Do you think it's too late for me to review the Underground Railroad? If not, I would love to bring you guys a review because I was kind of enamored. And if I review it on YouTube, I get to put it on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's kind of how that works. So yeah, let me know if you guys would like me to review the Underground Railroad. And if you would, be up for watching that review, supporting it, all that stuff. And if not, we won't do it. Let's see. We've got review it, please. All right. So we got one for review the Underground Railroad. Never too late. Okay. All right. I might do it now. The only reason when I'm so late for things like that is at a point, it just stops getting viewership. And when my videos, underperform, it's like the 10th out of 10th video, it makes me sad. So I just want to make sure you guys are up for it. But if you are, I might get on that after this and bring you guys in about 4 hours. Maybe have that review out for you guys in about 4 hours. So thank you guys so much for oh my gosh. Sure, other people reviewed it, but you haven't reviewed it. Thank you so much, my friend. That means a lot to me. And like I said, it does. I mean, it gives me motivation because I can. Once I review something on YouTube, I am allowed to add my review to Rotten Tomatoes at that point. And I like kind of building up that little resume there. So I might do it. Are you going to review Solos and Panic on Amazon Prime? You know what? I actually have screeners for Solos. I need to go look at when all of those release and come out. And I need to get on that for sure. Have you watched Star Wars: The Bad Batch? I haven't watched the most recent. I watched 1 and 2. My plan is to do a big spoiler review after it's over. I did get screeners for 1 and 2. I just thought, since it's an animated series and I need a break from waking up that early every Friday because I know we're going to do it with Loki when it drops on Wednesdays from starting in June. So I really needed a break. So that's my break, The Bad Batch. But I am going to review it at the end of the season. So far, so great. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Did you hear about the Jeffrey Dahmer series? I did. Is that Evan Peters' series or is he in a movie? I can't remember which one it was. But if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I'm very, very interested and intrigued. So we'll see. Did I see somebody say they left me a Streamlabs here let's see. Let's see if somebody left me a Streamlabs. So let me do a little refresh. Let me do a little refresh here and make sure. Oh, we did. We got a Streamlabs. All right. So let's go back over here. Another great way. And this assures that I get to keep more of the donation as opposed to less with YouTube. Hey, Austin, how are you? I'm fantastic. I don't know if you already know, but Hotel Transylvania 4 trailer just dropped. Really? Oh, and it was announced YouTuber Brian Hull is voicing Dracula instead of Sandler. Really? Interesting. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I'm interested. Look, the Hotel Transylvania series is one of those that I'm on board with. They're not spectacular, but they're really cute. And I just think they haven't really gotten the love that I think they deserve. Are they revolutionary? No, but I've enjoyed almost all of them, and I love the creators behind it. They've done some great Cartoon Network series, so I just like that style of animation, things like that. So that's really cool, though. It's sad that Sandler isn't coming back, but I'm interested to see what they do with the characters. So we've got Mungo Jerry 123. Thank you so much for the Streamlabs question. What was your favorite song from In the Heights? I mean, it might be, what was it, 96,000? Oh my goodness, that song. I mean, my wife and I were in the theater just like, come on now, let's go. It was so much fun. I mean, you know what? You almost got me. Can't talk about it. But that song specifically, I can say that song was an absolute blast. And you know what? I think I can announce this. From what I've been told, I'm going to make sure. From what I've been told, the embargo on In the Heights releases this Friday. So if you guys are excited for In the Heights, come back to this channel this Friday, and you're going to have my review, I believe, at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm not entirely sure on that embargo date. I got to get confirmation, but yeah, that's kind of where we're going there. All right. Mike says your top 5 movie list that attempts to represent the entire spectrum of what you live in film. Oh, wow. That is a very complex question. Or what I love in film. So what I love in film. So I guess that wouldn't technically be my 1 through 5. So I'd have to do more of a range because my 1 through 5, I got a lot of like Nolan kind of movies and things like that. But well, I mean, you know, my 1 is Dark Knight. My 2 is Ferris Bueller. That's already 2 drastically different movies, right? And then I could go a little bit further out into a Whiplash because you're covering almost a completely different genre. And then I could go out here. You're going from a music-filled film to a musical in Sing Street. I could go over here to Arrival. I love a good sci-fi movie, but I love one that's very unconventional. The Social Network, which runs entirely through the dialogue and fleshes out 1, 2, kind of 3 incredible characters, and the writing is just on point. So my love for those kinds of movies, it's all over the place. And then you go back a bit further and you go 12 Angry Men, which I think is the best screenplay ever written. Goodfellas, which I believe is almost the perfect movie for the genre that it is. And that's kind of where my head's at in terms of just different kinds of movies. And you can get a really good idea for the kinds of movies that I love just by looking at my top 25, top 50 list, which is slowly expanding on Letterboxd. So back to Letterboxd. It's on Letterboxd right now. All right, we've got a few more guys. We're going to go about 1 or 2 more minutes just to make sure. Told you guys I would hit an hour today, and we've done that. We've got JF Wall Street Viking. Coolest name of the day. Did you hear what's going on with AMC stock? The next Gmail. Oh, no. What's going on with AMC stock, y'all? Let's get on Robinhood and see what's going on. I don't have anything invested in AMC stock, but let's get on Robinhood right now. We're going to do a live whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Where's AMC at? Oh, boy. Let's see. Okay. So we've got, it's going up. It's going up. Yeah, we've got, we're at 1375 now. Interesting. So why are we? Yeah, I need to look into this a little bit more. I have seen the drastic rise and dip of Bitcoin over the last, and really crypto in general is kind of going crazy. Dogecoin is dipping like crazy as well. Woo! I got a little bit of money invested in some of these. So yeah, AMC stock's going a little bit crazy right now. I like the Wall Street Viking. I love that name, by the way. You know, it's becoming a passion of mine this whole world, this whole sphere. It's very different from movies, but yeah, I'll look into it a bit more. I could go on a tangent. I could talk about it all day. Did you see The Father? What were your thoughts? Second favorite movie of last year at this point. Second favorite movie. Oh, Abigail. Oh my goodness, Abigail. Thank you so freaking much for your super chat and for helping out this channel and supporting me. This is my full-time gig. That means the world to me. That kind of super chat means the world to me. So thank you so freaking much. Hello, Austin. I got out of the military due to a medical discharge. I just want to say, even though you talk about movies, you help me with my PTSD. Abigail, you have no clue how much that means to me. My best friend, he just got out of the military, just got out of the Army, and we talked in a lot of detail about his experiences and things like that, and just what he had to do. I'm sure what you had to do, and everything that you went through. It really does mean the world to myself, and I'm sure everyone watching. So for everyone that is commenting and here, just give Abigail a hand for serving our country, and I'm sure going through what she did, and that is just incredible. Thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. Listen, this is a place and space to talk about movies, television, pop culture, what we love. And I'm glad you can come here and kind of feel that love. And I hope I kind of give that back to you in terms of just embracing the community feel to it. We've got a lot of great people here. We've got a lot of absolutely incredible people. And look at this. Thank you for your service. We've got a heart. We've got just people left and right being so supportive, not just towards myself, but towards you. Look at this. Abigail, thank you for your service. That is awesome. And you know what? You deserve that. Anyone who goes and serves our country like that, they deserve that praise. They deserve that love. And it's just funny because my friend Samuel and I, we've talked about this so much, what he had to go through, what his father, who was in Vietnam, had to go through. I mean, it's just his father's a little bit older, by the way, but yeah, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Thank you for your service. And look at this. Thank you. We've got hearts, we've got love, and that is what this is all about. This community right here. Abigail, awesome. Thank you so much. We do have another Streamlabs question. Let's get to the Streamlabs question right now. Let me go ahead and hit this refresh button here. Let's see here. We got another one. Hey, Mungo Jerry 123 is back. Let me throw you up on this screen here. Thank you so much for checking my donation. You're such an inspiration. Thank you for everything. No, thank you for everything. Big time. Would love for you to check out and talk about my top 5. All right, guys, we've got another top 5. Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver. Oh, Evangelion. Please watch go check out my Letterboxd review. High praise for that film. And you know what? I feel like that would be in like my top 70 favorite movies of all time. One of the best animes ever. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Empire Strikes Back. I love this list. And you know what I can tell from this list? One, you've got a nice range from the anime to the sci-fi. 2, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver. I'm sure is Shaun of the Dead up there a little bit? Is Hot Fuzz up there a little bit? I think I could probably tell you who your favorite director was, but that is a great, well-rounded list. I like seeing Guardians up there. That is a nice director or a nice MCU movie to have, because a lot of people have Guardians of the Galaxy as their number 1 MCU film. But to see it that high in your top 5, that's great. Scott Pilgrim, I totally agree. It's AJ, please don't kill me in the chat, but Empire is overrated. Hey, listen, everyone's got an opinion like that. Everybody's got that movie that they feel maybe just a little bit overrated. For you, that is Empire. I don't feel that way, but I completely understand where you're coming from with other films. Before we get to the next super chat, by the way, that is a great top 5. We do have PopX. Hey, if you guys are wondering, the podcast that I was just talking about, we're in the chat. My cousin Joseph is in the chat right now as PopX Cast. So literally, you can just click on that channel and go straight over there and check out. Last night, we talked spoilers for Invincible. We talked spoilers for Jupiter's Legacy. And we talked Beetlejuice for a retro rewind. We had a stacked and packed show last night. So you can literally go over there and hit that subscribe button right now. in the chat. What's up, Joseph? What's going on, bub? Yeah, we had a great show last night. And a lot of you guys, a lot of recognizable faces were actually in that chat room. I know we have Mike. I know we have John, who's joining us right now. But that was such an awesome show. So be sure to click on PopXCast right now and go check out that podcast. So Damon with the super chat. What upcoming TV shows are you looking forward to? For me, it's Loki. Yes. Blind Spotting. Yes. And Kevin can F himself. I don't know as much about that one, but it does look very interesting. Man, Blind Spotting. I loved the Blind Spotting trailer. That is so cool. The fact that we're getting a spinoff from one of the most underrated movies of that year, a spectacular film. Looks really interesting. I think Blind Spotting is going to be a really good one. And then we have Loki, which I told you guys, I think it could be the best one. I think it could be the best MCU show yet. So Loki, I'm super duper looking forward to. And then some future seasons. You've got your The Witcher. You've got your Cobra Kai coming out a little bit later this year. So a lot of great television to come. And a lot of TV I'm super looking forward to. Are you still hyped for Black Widow? Maybe not as much as I was. But I am definitely hyped for it, and I'm definitely excited for it. Oh, we had a super chat. Procrastinators. Where was your super chat at? Did I miss it? Oh, I did. Oh, I'm so glad you said something. I almost missed it. All right, this stream of it's kind of an epic Susspunkers foot lettuce meme. Foot lettuce. Society bog event imposter. Listen, look, procrastinators. Those are all memes that I know exist, but I don't know. I'm just out of the loop on the memes. Okay, my brother's trying to get me. He's sending me memes, and I didn't know what sus meant. I had no clue. You know, when I was 21, I was in the meme world. But now, for some reason, like now that I'm 26 or 25, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what the memes are. But that's a lot of memes, procrastinators. That's a lot of memes in one super chat. That may be the most meme-ridden super chat of all time. Man, I wish I could like be in the know on that kind of stuff. I'm just lame. I'm lame. My wife tells me I'm lame. I'm lame. I'm sorry. Yes, I am 25. I am 25. I almost said 26 because I'm about to be 26, but yes, I am 25. But I am lame. I am not caught up in the memes. I want to say a big shout out to Wiley, by the way, for helping out this stream today, putting that link to PopX in the actual chat. So thank you, Wiley, for doing all of that. And again, if you guys want to find it, it's right there. We have Fardeen, unpopular opinion. No Country for Old Men is overrated. Oh, man, that one hurts. Fardeen. That one hurts. I would love to know why you think that is. But you know what? The ending doesn't do it for everyone. It just doesn't. My wife even struggled with the ending the first time. She came around on it. And on second watch, it really helped. I will say, if you've only seen it once, maybe watch it again. But that's kind of my only please love it. No Country is one of my favorites. One of my favorites ever. I can't say a bad thing about that movie, but I completely understand. That's kind of one of those ones. A little bit myself. I said, "How dare you? How dare you?" I disagree. I just watched it last night and I loved it. Alex, hey, what's up, Alex? Yeah, it's such a great film. You're not lame. I feel like the SpongeBob. Not lame. Okay. I sent a Streamlabs question, so let's refresh this page and see what we've got over on Streamlabs. Canadian Demon. I love that. What are your thoughts? And thank you for the $1.04, because it does take, I think, 4 or 5 cents out of us. Thank you for that. What are your thoughts on the film, on films based on politics? Okay. And if so, what's your favorite one? I mean, if we're representing a story accurately, then I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Man, what's my favorite one though? That's tough. I enjoyed Vice, but I didn't love it like a lot of other people. What's my favorite film based on politics? Gosh, that's a great question. Does Lincoln count? Because Lincoln's technically a political film because it's based on the president and all that stuff. I think that's kind of like a cheat code. I don't think that should count. Man, that is a very tough question. I don't exactly know what my favorite presidential type movie would be. What is your all's favorite kind of movie like that? Does Hamilton on Disney Plus count? No, it does not. No, well, yeah, you know what? It does, because it was kind of like, I mean, obviously, they're switching things up, but it is kind of like a political landscape and time. I think it might count. Yeah, Lincoln counts, because obviously we got the president, so that's politics. Oh, hey, this is a great one. Darkest Hour. That's a great, great choice. Milk. Oh, yeah, I really enjoyed Milk. I watched Milk at a not a film festival, in my film class, my freshman year of college. It was my first ever film class. We watched Milk. It's a great one. Hey, Joey, it actually is kind of a political movie now that you think about it, because we're dealing with the fallout of the government, the infiltration of Hydra, and I know it's not correct, like historically correct, but that wasn't in the question. What are your thoughts on films based on politics? That's a good one. Oh, Judas and the Black Messiah. See, this is why I have you guys. You're thinking of some great, great, great ones. I also love the John Adams, even though that's a series. What about the show on Hulu, guys? What about the show on Hulu? What is it? 11/22/67, dealing with the assassination of JFK, but obviously different than normal, right? Going back in time and fixing that. That was a great series. James Franco, that was a great, great series. One of my favorite, most underrated series I had ever watched. I love that show so much. Frost Nixon, great one. Great one. Frost Nixon. Veep. Oh, there it is. Rio coming in and saving the day. Veep's such a good show. I haven't finished Veep yet, but I know it's really, really good. Oh my God. Attack of the Clones is everyone's favorite political movie. That's great. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of politics in Attack of the Clones. That is hilarious, Damon. But you're so right. Yes, Stephen King. That was 11/22/67 or 63. That's what it was, 63. So what a great show. If you guys haven't watched that on Hulu, legitimately one of my favorites. Forgot about that. Meant to watch it. Did you read the book? It's hella thick. That's what she said. No, I didn't read the book, but I heard good things about the book, and everybody was nervous about the translation. And then I watched it, and there is this like romantic story that works really well, and there's just so many aspects and elements of the story. So great show to watch, guys, if you need something to watch today. For sure. That's what she said. Oh, man, I love that so much. All right, you should do a tier list of top 10 original Netflix films of all time. Colin, that's awesome. That's awesome. It'd be tough to do in tier list because they'd all be on the great or the awesome tier, but just a list in general, I think that would be super duper cool. Yeah, Peaky Blinders season 5 is political. You're absolutely right, Andy. You're absolutely right. What's your favorite Coen Brothers flick? Mine was A Serious Man. Mine's No Country for Old Men. It's very, very easy for me. I just love that movie so much. But you can't go wrong with Brother Art Thou, Fargo, like all those classics. I mean, they've got so many classics at this point. The Crown. Donald, that's it. The Crown. Because we're strictly dealing with politics, but it's so historic, and it's such a beautifully made show. And every season has been outstanding. So The Crown. Favorite movie? All right, Sean, I think this is going to be our last question. Barring any super chats, I think this is going to be our last question of the day. Let me do one more refresh here and make sure we do not have another Streamlabs question. And I don't think that we do. So here we go. We've got favorite movies of 2021 so far. So I've already answered 1 and 2, but let's just go through. Let's go through my letterbox super quick and see what my favorite movies of 2021 are. All right. So we've got. I'll give you guys. I'll just kind of run down the 10 here. Let me see here. Can we refresh here? All right. 9 Days, Judas and the Black Messiah, Demon Slayer, Justice League, The Snyder Cut, Mitchell's versus the Machines, On the Count of 3, which hasn't come out yet, Little Fish, Mass, Nobody, and I'm torn between a couple of other ones, but those are my 9. My number 10, which is actually my number 2, is firmly in there, but I can't talk about it just yet. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And my super chat. Oh, do we have another super chat here? I want to make sure I didn't miss you there, Mike. Oh, yes. So we did. Okay. I think the No Country comment threw me off. Have you seen Hunter? So that is the anime, correct? And I believe it's from the creators of One Punch Man Season 1. I have not, unless you're talking about something else. Now, if you're talking about something else, then I'm not entirely sure. But if you're talking about the anime, I have not seen it, but I've heard really, really great things. So that's definitely one I want to get to. Man, there's a lot of animes I need to get to. A lot of animes. Got a lot of great recommendations from you guys. Black Gay Comic Geek says, I loved Mitchell's versus the Machines. I was surprised. Look, what a wonderful, wonderful film. Just heartfelt. And okay, so Hunter x Hunter is not the anime. So which one are we talking about here? Then I have not. Then I definitely haven't. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, I do not know. Somebody said I sent my question 20 times and no answer. Listen, I didn't see it. You know why I didn't see it? Because I'm getting a lot of questions and I'm trying to see every one that I can. So if you send it 20 times, I apologize. But let me tell you, is moving a mile a minute. So if I don't see it, I promise I am not ignoring you. I hope you guys don't take that personally. But yeah, ask it one more time. I'll be on the look at it before we leave. All right, we've got another Streamlabs question. World's End and Hot Fuzz are up there too. Yes, Edgar Wright's my favorite director. I could tell just from your top 5, because you've got Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver, World's End, Hot Fuzz. Yeah, World's End is one that people do not talk about as much as they should, but it's only because Edgar Wright is so good. And when you're that good, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to try to live up to those other films. So what a great top 5, 10, whatever that is. But and let me make sure we don't have anything else here. Let's do hey, by the way, if you guys are here before we leave, before we say goodbye, be sure to I hated World's End. Oh, that's sad. I loved World's End. Before we leave, if you guys want to say your goodbyes, so I'll play you off on screen. And then, of course, come back next Sunday. We're going to try to go back to that normal time, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and try to answer as many questions as I can. And maybe I'll have my announcement that I've been saving up for about a month, and we'll talk about it in that video. Here's the question. See, I didn't see this. I didn't ignore you. I just didn't see it. All right. Thoughts on Japanese horror? First of all, Japanese horror is great. There are so many different countries that handle horror. Like, I can't remember what country it was, but the Babadook, is a great, just unconventional. Like, you have your American style horror, but then you have these different countries tackling it, and Korean horror and Japanese horror and all of these different things. But I have not seen Cure by Kurosawa. I have not. I've heard. I believe that's one of the higher rated films on Letterboxd, right? Am I right about that? But I've heard really, really great things. So if I could expand on one genre, it would be non-American. Okay, so Babadook was Australia. That sounds right. So these kinds of movies are so different and unconventional compared to what we're seeing in the United States. And I just love visiting things like that. So Cure is definitely one that I would love to visit. It's one that I haven't seen. Breaking Bad, Attack on Titan are my favorite shows of all time. Just trying to get you guys in here as well. And thank you, Black Gay Comic Geek. Hit that like button before you leave. Yeah, if you guys are here and you've just enjoyed this video, or really, any video that I do, and you hit the like button, it not only helps out this channel, but it kind of pushes those videos up the ranks. So when you see my videos do a little bit better, it's because you guys genuinely help them out with a like or a comment. Either one helps me. But again, guys, this is my full-time thing. Love doing this. Thank you for answering my question. You are so welcome. And I'm impressed with how low the stream lag is today. Yeah, I mean, the internet's running pretty good. Let's hope the internet in my new location is just as good. And I think that's it. Guys. I think that's all the Streamlabs and StreamYard questions we've had. Hey, here we go, Enrique, with the questions on Streamlabs today. And be sure to say your goodbyes down below. And if you have a question, save it. We'll come back Sunday. We'll do the same thing. But hey, I might review the Underground Railroad. Thank you guys for pushing me to do that. I appreciate that. New location. Where are we going? Ooh, we got some stuff. I might talk. I think I'm going to talk about it next Sunday. So you come back, I'll fill you in on all the deets. But you're going to be seeing this go bye-bye very, very soon. All right, guys, you're the best. Thanks for all your love, all your support. Whether it be a like, a subscription, if you're brand new, thank you so much. And come back later today. I think we're going to have an Underground Railroad review, if I can talk, because the voice is gone. All right, guys. I'll see you very, very soon. And I'll play you guys off in the comments below.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Maybe. No. Maybe. Does this count? I think this counts. Yeah, this definitely counts. Nope, it doesn't count. This ain't a post-credit scene. This is like a mid-credit scene. Because the last time I kind of stayed on here and just talking. I couldn't end it. Sometimes you just can't hit the. I'm doing it again. We're try not to do it. Let's not do it this time. Let's keep playing. All right, Jim Halpert. Bye. Have a great Monday. Thank you so much, Paul. Bye. Bye, Austin. Thank you. Look at Wiley with the Patreon link. Yeah, come back. We're going to do the Patreon live stream tomorrow. We can talk about Saw. We can talk about seesaws. Let's talk about seesaws. Twilight Saga fans unite. I can't. I'm sorry. But my wife will gladly join you there. We're no strangers to love. We're no strangers to love. Oh, look, we're singing the whole song here. That was a McGuire meme. Oh, God. Do we have Bully McGuire memes? Yes. Let's do it. I love Bully McGuire. He's the best. Goodbye, Austin. Goodbye. See ya. Hope you guys have a solid week. Hope you guys have a great week. Just live life to the fullest. Gonna cry? Bully McGuire meme. Like people. I do like people, but also like the video people. You know what I mean? That's excited for Free Guy. Yeah. Oh, I'm still answering questions. I can't keep answering questions. Show is fire. Is it on? No, there's no fire. But it is fire. God, I am lame. Hey, Austin. New horror comedy. Benny loves you. I'm not. I'm so sorry. I love No Country for Old Men. Me too. Please end this like Ferris Bueller post-credit scene. You know what? I'll do that. Wait, postpone the patron stream by 2 hours, please. Mike, I'm so sorry I can't. I'm so sorry I can't. But I hope you get to join us a little bit later, because we might still be there. We like to live stream for a while. Bully McGuire. LOL. I love a good lull. Hotel Transylvania. Transformers. That was probably too loud. Favorite movie snack? I love the little cookie dough bites. See you later, Austin. I love you. Oh, you guys are so nice. Oh, wait, another Bully McGuire meme. Want forgiveness? Get religion. Oh, you're still here? Go home. Get out of here. Get up on out of here. Get up on out of here. What's he say on SpongeBob when Patrick walks in with the wood on his head and he says, "Get out of here, you big dumb stupid animal," and he just turns around and just walks away. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, let's go. Where are we going? I need to go to Walmart. I need to get some paint. Get some paint for our new house that we bought. Ah, shoot. I said I wasn't going to say anything. Tacked on it. I love the post-credit scenes. I love post-credit scenes. I do. I do. I think they're oh, just join the Discord. Let's go. I love the Discord. I do. Let's go. I'm coughing. Dying. It's okay. Hey, we're good. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. We're 129.18. You know what? We're going to get this to 130, and then we're done. 130, and then we're done. That's it. That's all. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. That's it. So 31 seconds. Everything off your chest. Ready? 31 seconds. Why haven't you done a Shrek review? What are you doing in my swamp? That's the worst. Genuinely the worst Shrek impression I've ever heard. Is it 136? Wait, what? Mine says 129. I might be wrong. I don't know what's going on. Oh, look. Good night. Is it sleepy? Oh no, we're spamming. We're starting spam. You know what? We got a few spams today. Not too bad. I like it when you guys are like, hey, stop. Hey, don't be spamming. Don't be spamming. And the person spams like, oh, maybe I shouldn't spam anymore. I only had to take one person out of the stream today because they said something really, really bad. But I won't repeat it on air. I don't know if they actually meant to be here. This is my question. If say you see this on your YouTube feed, why are you going to click on it and just say stuff like that? Why don't you be nice? Just click on and say, hey, how you doing? Instead of what that guy said. And it was bad. It was mean. I can't repeat it. I'll get kicked off of YouTube if I repeat it. It's bad. It was. I want to see Austin dance. No, you do not want to see me dance. Let me tell you. Ben says, who are you? I think the question, Ben, is, who are you? My name is Terry. No, it's not. It's not Terry. I have a rash. Wait, are you ready for Conjuring 3? Of course. I have a rash. I am so sorry. Spam Fest. Spider-Man No Way Home. Toby and not. Toby in and not. He is or not. All right. That's how we're going to play it out here. That's how we're going to play it out. I'm so sorry. I need to stop. But sometimes you just gotta embrace life. It's coming at you a mile a minute. There's an opportunity to slow down and just appreciate the smaller things in life. All right. No, listen. It's fine. If you said something 3 times, Colin, that wasn't spam. Look, there's a lot of spam. That is not spam. But if you spam too much, I'm going to kick you on out of this chat. I'm going to click those 3 buttons on the side. I'm going to say, see you later. Oh, there it is right there. We got one. Let's block them right there. Let's block them. Look at that. We blocked them right on the spot. I even said out loud, I said I blocked them. You know what? There it is right there. All right. We're going to end with this super chat here. Zachary. I'm going to read this in my Matthew McConaughey voice. All right. Hey, Austin, do you think they should give another shot Speed Racer in live action? Personally, I think the live action Speed Racer film. I like the live action Speed Racer film. I actually do like the, it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's fun. Are we going to get another one? I don't know if we're going to, but I would like to see it. It's one of those movies that, I truly believe, that deserves another opportunity, or maybe just a revisit, maybe even a revisit by me. You know what I mean? I think that deserves a revisit. Zachary with the super chat. Look at this. A post-credit scene super chat. Zachary, we're breaking trends here. This is awesome. The letterbox replies went from 2 replies to 30 on my Oxygen review. Oh, yeah, because I said I'm going to follow everybody. You know what? We're done. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go follow everybody. That is some impression. It sure is. Life's like a box of chocolate. Nope, that's Forrest Gump.